So one of the things about winter that's really irritating is after a heavy snowfall, you've got to go out and you've got to clean your driveway up and your sidewalks. But the driveway is the big important thing because if you want to go anywhere, you've got to clear the driveway so you can get your car out. And it really does depend on how much snow drops. Like if there's a bunch of snow, you can't move your car out. You have no choice. You got to get up no matter what, sometimes earlier than you're about to leave for work, right? So if let's say you got to leave for work at 6, you better be out there like 5 something so you can get that driveway clean so you can get out. It's a very, very annoying task and it sucks, but it's got to be done. Now, one of the nice things that can happen once in a while is a neighbor will come and do it. But unfortunately, in today's divide of America, some people might find that a little bit offensive. Like this Los Angeles Times writer who got offended because her neighbors came over and shoveled her driveway or plowed it. I'm not sure. She doesn't get into the details of how it's done. She's just upset that they did it. Imagine living next to someone like this. Oh, man, I would want to move immediately. Or put a giant fence up, like the ones, the wood one, like a privacy fence. That's it. Put a big privacy fence up so you never have to see it. Then I have to put like some sound dampeners or whatever because they're probably calling the cops on you if you make any noise because that's just the kind of Grinch that lives there. But this has got to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever read. So she compares her neighbors to Islamic extremists, and she also says, oh, well, they've got white privilege. That's why they came over and cleaned my driveway. Like alludes that they're racist because they're Trump supporters too. And she's like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I should accept this. How much thanks should they get? Your neighbor legitimately deserves your thanks for helping on snow duty, but how much thanks? So I'll read a little bit of this, but this has got to be one of the more ridiculous pieces that I've covered. Oh, heck no. The Trumpites next door to our pandemic getaway who seem as devoted to the ex-president as you can get without being, I can't say that on YouTube, just plowed our driveway without being asked and did a great job. How am I going to resist demands for unity in the face of this act of aggressive niceness? Of course, on some level, I realize I owe them thanks. And man, it really looks like the guy back dragged the driveway like a pro. But how much thanks? She then goes on to compare what happened to a sketch by Eddie Murphy called White Like Me, where he goes undercover and gets a bunch of free stuff. It's a skit I've seen. And it's like, makes it look like when he goes somewhere and they're like popping champagne and stuff. But then she realizes, Celeb to realize that when white people are alone, they give things to each other for free. Then she goes on to talk about Hezbollah. And that's where I was talking about when she was comparing them to extremists. And she goes on to talk about them some more right here. And goes on to talk about when someone helps you when you're down or snowed in, it's almost impossible to regard them as a blight on the world. In fact, you're more likely to be overwhelmed with gratitude and convinced of the person's inherent goodness. But you want to back that up, right? Because now we're going to talk about that old World War istophobic group from Germany, 1944. Are you kidding me with this? This is what you got to do? I wonder if her neighbor, they have to know who she is, right? Like, why would you? It's like, okay, well, we'll try and, we had our Trump signs up and you had your Biden signs up, and we're going to try to say, okay, this is our attempt to try to be cool. And this hit piece comes out on it. I wonder if they know that she works at the Los Angeles Times and that she wrote like, oh, well, we did a favor for her. And here's this hit piece calling us istophobe, Yahtzees, and extremist groups from the Middle East. It's like, wow. And then she goes on to say, I accept this generosity, but I'm still I'm watching you, mister. Listen to this. Listen to how she closes this out. I can't give my neighbors absolution. It's not mine to give. Free driveway work, as nice as it is not the same currency as justice and truth. To pretend it would be so is a lie, and they probably aren't looking for any absolution anyway. I'm going to take the offer for amends, but not with a snow plow. How are you such a bitter person? Like, this is what you do is immediately after getting your driveway plowed, you write a scathing hit piece on your neighbors. What was wrong with you, lady? Why would you do this? What is this? I wonder, yeah, like I said, I wonder if they know that she's a journalist. Oh, we did a good deed, but here's this hit piece on us. Surprised she didn't dox them in the article and say, go after these people for doing this nice deed. They probably would too. There are people on Twitter calling them supremacists and all of this stuff. Like, how dare you plow that driveway? What's wrong with people? Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.